Hey everybody, I'm Sonia Sage from UK Spiritual Hour and just here to give you all an update for May 2023. So as we head into May, what we are going to discover is that this whole year so far has been all about all roads leading to the 5-5 portal, Friday the 5th of May. Now, as it currently stands, this is our most potent, most powerful day of the year. And what's going on? So it's the 5-5 portal. That's all about whatever energy that brings anyway. And then added on to that, we have a full moon. If we're looking at Western astrology, it's going to be a full moon in Scorpio. And full moons in, or Scorpio moons, are believed to be like the most powerful moons of the year. We also have an eclipse taking place. So we are in the eclipse portal and it's a lunar eclipse taking place that day. I can't remember what type of lunar eclipse, but yeah, we're in eclipse season. And so the other thing taking place is that we're guided to Earth's crown chakra, which is currently Mount Kailash in Tibet. And on this day, the day changes each year because it's according to the full moon in Scorpio, Western astrology. So the date will always change every year, but what we have is the release of the annual global blueprints. So what does that mean for us? Earth's crown chakra will be opening up for us to, if we're choosing to tune into that energy, especially an hour before the moon is at its culmination point, to be able to tune in, to meditate, to connect with the energy and receive the blueprints for definitely the coming year ahead and potentially even further afield. And I know for myself in recent years, it's been more than a year's worth of information that I received. It's been like a good 7 to 10 years of information in terms of what is going on with the earth. And what we need to remember is that that has the potential to shift. So as we, whether it be that we on a personal level come into alignment, but this is really and truly about collective energy. This is about the human collective, raising in vibration so that where the shifts to 5D consciousness, a higher consciousness, is able to take place. So if we're all on track, then there is the potential that whatever we're being shown or given in terms of that, the global blueprints from the Earth's crown chakra, and the potential for this to take place. But if we falter on this ascension path, then there's that possibility that those potential timelines can collapse. And so that's a really big thing to bear in mind. Definitely since 2020, our timelines are not as fixed as they used to be. And so we can very much go through these periods of collapsing timelines, new ones forming, but those only forming for a couple of months before they collapse again. Now, if we're thinking about timelines, this is a year, 2023 is a 7-year. And when we're looking at a 7-year, as well as a 4-year and a 1-year, these are years where we come into alignment with our own highest timeline, where we expand into our infinite potential, which is it's infinite. So it doesn't, again, it's something that's not fixed. Our highest timeline is not fixed. Once we expand into a highest timeline, that means there's the potential for a new highest timeline to be available for us to be able to expand into the potential to align with a new highest timeline. So on that note, we are in a 7-year, which is a highest timeline year, and I will probably do another video in more detail to do with the timelines and how they work and the formula that I work with according to the years and the highest timelines. So in terms of energy, what's coming up for us is, and I'm trying to think in actually, yes. So there's something big going on in the UK, but it very much has a global effect that weekend as we come to the 5-5 portal and go into that weekend, and it is the coronation. Now, what we need to bear in mind is that these people, frequencies, energies who deal with these things that really majorly keep humanity in separation, is that they know what they're doing. They've got their people there to tune into the energies to see when is the most powerful time to tune into these energies. So bear in mind that really, as it stands right now, the 5-5 portal is our most powerful day of 2023. Yes, the energy may shift as we pass the 5-5 portal for there to be a potentially a possible or potential another powerful day. But as it stands right now, it is our most powerful day. Now, in terms of that energy with the coronation, there will be a lot of people who are not happy with that energy. Which, do you know what? Rightly so. It is an antiquated system that has intentionally kept people in poverty, in separation, in if we even look at how it fuels our education system, it really sets in that the walls of separation of duty and really kind of stemming down the growth of your true essence and your true personality. But what we need to really focus on is how much love and enlightenment and awakening that we can bring to our own little pockets, which obviously creates a greater wave or shift of change within the whole. So as much as you may potentially feel really angry about what's going on, focus on what good you can bring to the world, what light you can bring to your own home, your own area. And that's not to say to sit down and take a back seat and not speak up for what you believe in, because we're very much in these at a time where we do need to speak up. We do need to really look at, I think it's very easy when you're on these spiritual journeys, when you're on your spiritual path, to really go into love and light mode and no, I'm not part of that system anymore. We're at a time where we need to go back into the 3D, because that is where needs the greatest shifts in frequency. That's where needs the greatest healing. Many of us have spent a good few years working on how we can create the shifts, the healing, the change within ourselves. Well, how about now we really put it into practice within the 3D world and create the shift and change that's needed, create those shifts in frequency to really, really get into that underbelly, dark underbelly energy to create the rise in frequency that's needed at this time. So another aspect in terms of star being families coming through, we've very much got the Arcturians coming through big time to really guide and assist us with, and the Andromedans, but the Arcturians are coming through, I feel, with a greater force, so to speak, to really guide and assist us with what needs to transmute and transform and transition for the 5-5 portal onwards, probably for the next kind of 3 to 4 months, up until probably the 9-9 portal. And the Arcturians really focus on the clearing of the karmic board and really guiding us with this ascension process, with the process of enlightenment, and I suppose kind of bridging that gap the vast chasm between 3D and 5D. Although it is getting narrower, we may not see it some days, but it is getting narrower. On a frequency level, it's definitely getting narrower. It just takes a few years for the physical to catch up with what's taken place in the spiritual. In terms of activations and awakenings going on, what we've got is higher heart chakra activations that will be taking place. And in terms of that energy, it's very much the retreating. If you feel you need to retreat, do so. Retreat to rest, because that is going to really help with the integration and the embodiment of any higher heart activations that are taking place. In terms of the Arcturians, they come from the star system Arcturus, and you may have heard that word in the media recently. Do not be alarmed. It just shows that they are really here. Whatever is going round, whatever what do they call it, strain or whatever is going round at the moment, is really looking at cleaning and clearing the karmic boards, not just on an individual level, but on a collective level within humanity. The karmic board needs to be cleared. And the Greeks thought of the Arcturians or Arcturus as like the guardian of the bear. And if we're looking at bear energy is obviously very protective, but it also looks at our boundaries. So on that note, in the coming days, weeks and months ahead, if anything you're doing does not give you a fuck yes feeling, it is a no. If you're on the fence, oh yes, no, it's a definite no. Know about, it's not even about just the boundaries that you place, that you let other people know about. Really look at what your own personal boundaries are for yourself. No going along with a yes if it does not light your soul, if it does not fill yourself up. And I think if we're then looking at this collective energy, how many of the human collective are out there doing things every single day that they really do not feel passionate about, that they're on the fence about, but they still go and do it. Can you imagine the shift that would happen in this world if we all stood firm in our truth and said no to the things that didn't feel right, and said a resounding yes to the things that filled us with passion? And that's where I'm going to end it. Abundant love to you all. Have a really magical May.